friends, welcome to the Monday Night Playalong Bluegrass Jam. Here we are. I'm in Denver on location at my friend Carmel Maddox's place. Thank you, Carmel, again for letting me host here at your house. In your basement with the cool show posters behind me and ripping fast Wi-Fi, which should be pretty consistent as it always is here at the place. Okay, I'm just getting myself in tune and I'll double check the live streams. And we are in the slow tempo, of course. I'm going to scooch over a little bit to get a little more centered in the frame here. Yep, slow tempos for now. And then, of course, we will progress through the evening. Hope everybody has had a lovely week. Wishing happy night 5 of Hanukkah to my Jewish friends. And coming up on the holiday season for all my Christmas celebrating folks. And got a big holiday show tomorrow with Andy Thorne down at E-Town Hall in Boulder. Andy's got a cool Christmas album out now. Really lovely stuff. And so we'll be doing that show with the same group, which includes Andy Reiner and Joy Adams. Okay, just getting a couple things straight here. We are live on YouTube. That's lovely. We are live on Facebook. Okay. All right, so starting with I'll Fly Away, a song written by Albert E. Brumley, the great gospel songwriter, who also wrote Turn Your Radio On and I'd Rather Live by the Side of the Road, which has been on our jam before. It's on one of my albums. Okay, so last week I think I did a lot of explaining, so I'll keep all that stuff kind of brief tonight and we'll get right to the playing. So I'm just going to have a click track on here to help us solidify tempo. Interesting, the mix of responses I got when I posted this little clip. Some folks just want to disagree or troll you. They don't want to be engaged in the conversation. They just want to say something negative about what you posted and then move right along. But there's a reason this click track is here, and it is so that I can keep a solid time for you while you're playing along. Obviously, I don't use click tracks when I'm performing, at concerts, but we use click tracks in the studio often. Helps the whole band stay together. Okay, so we're going to stick to this very moderate, slow tempo here for this song. And here's how it goes in the key of G. 1 and 1 and 1 and a 1 chord, 4, back to 1. 1 and 1 and 1 and 1 and 1, 1, 5 and a 1. So that's all as far as the chords. The melody on the B part is ever so slightly different, but we're just going to be basically jamming on the A part, the verse. And of course we'll sing both parts, the verses and the choruses. And hopefully you will sing along with me. And I'll give a brief demonstration of how I might kick the song off. And remember, a kickoff is just an instrumental introduction of the form, usually through the verse, as we're going to do here. So here is my kickoff that I might play on the verse. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. like that. I was inspired by the kind of the bluesiness of the way Mike Compton kicked this song off on the mandolin, on that, on the, what has sort of become the quintessential recording of this, on the Oh Brother Where Art Thou soundtrack, with the two female voices, Alison Krauss and Gillian Welch, singing. The story was that they show up in the studio and Alison said, "Okay, Gillian, you're going to sing tenor to me." And which made Gillian a little nervous, but that's a neat thing about the blend of that song. Alison singing lead, you know, and Gillian singing the tenor. Okay, here we go. So I hope somebody sings tenor with me. And we're going to be in the key of G, and you're going to kick us off on I'll Fly Away. And I'll cue you as we go. All right, ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Some bright morning when this life is over, I'll fly away to a home on God's celestial shore. I'll fly away. Chorus. I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away in the morning when I die. Hallelujah, by and by. I'll fly away. I'm gonna play it. Let's see. Here, let's do Oh How Glad. Here we go. Oh how glad and happy when we meet. I'll fly away. No more cold iron shackles on my feet. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away in the morning when I die. Hallelujah, by and by. I'll fly away. Now you play. All right. When the shadows of this life have flown, I'll fly away like a bird, from these prison walls. I'll fly. I'll fly away. So a bit of a long form there, but I wanted to get through all the verses because I know some of you were counting on singing along on that whole thing. All right, moving along. I wonder how the old folks are at home. It's that time of year where some of us are getting ready to head home, or some of us have already headed home for the holidays, and I'm about to do that. I got another week around Colorado, and I'm heading back, and I'm kind of wondering how the old folks are at home. So here we go. I kind of do the Mac Wiseman version of this, and it's a fine tempo. This is kind of a slow song. This would be a little bit slower than I perform it, but that's fine. So in the key of G, 1 and 4 and a 1, 1 and a 1 and 4, 4 and a 4, 1 and a 1, 2 dominant to the 5. 1 and 4 and a 1, 1 and a 1 and a 4, 4 and a 4, 1 6 dominant, 2 and a 5 and a 1. Okay, so that 2 dominant, just to remind you, is a dominant 7th chord, A7. There's your 5 is your D, right? So your 6 dominant is an E7, okay? And that goes to the 2 dominant, to the 5, which is the dominant, back to the 1. So that's just my language. You know, usually in a bluegrass jam or in anything folk or even jazz related, you'll hear them just call that the 6, the 2, the 5, etc. And if it is minor, which the 6 and the 2 would exist as minor chords in the diatonic scale. If it's minor, we will specify. But those chords have all been altered to a major triad with the option of that flatted 7th. But I almost always throw in that flatted 7th to make it a 7th chord. E7, A7, D7. And here's how I might kick that off all the way through. It's a long form, so it'll be a long kickoff. It'll go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm just mainly focusing on those melody notes, and I'll get in a little bit of something extra in there if I can. But on a song like this that has such a long form, first of all, if you're in a band performing this song, you probably wouldn't kick it off this way. You'd probably parse it out. Either somebody takes the first half of the form and then passes it on to a different instrument, or maybe you'll kick it off with an abbreviated version of the form, or just kick it off with a 1 and a 5 and a 1. Sometimes that's kind of how they do it. Or 2, 5, 1, whatever it is, the turnaround. But as you know, this being a chance to practice your picking, I tend to just let you take it all the way through to kind of give you a larger problem to solve in the safety of your own home, right? So kick us off on the entire verse. The entire form. It's actually kind of a verse and a chorus all in one. On I Wonder How the Old Folks Are at Home. Key of G. 1, 2, 3, go. I wonder how the old folks are at home. I wonder if they miss me when I roam. I wonder if they pray for the boy who went away and left his dear old parents all alone. You can hear the cattle lowing in the lane. You can see the fields of bluegrass where I'd roam. You can almost hear them cry as they kiss their boy goodbye. Oh, I wonder how the old folks are at home. I got it. Just a village and a homestead on the farm, and a mother's love to keep you from all harm. A mother's love so true, and a sweetheart that loves you. Just a village and a homestead on the farm. You can hear the cattle lowing in the lane. You can see the fields of bluegrass where I'd roam. You can almost hear them cry as they kiss their boy goodbye. Oh, I wonder how the old folks are at home. Play it all the way through. Did you make it? Cool, hope you did. So we'll skip to the second half here. You can hear the cattle lowing in the lane. You can see the fields of bluegrass where I'd roam. You can almost hear them cry as they guess that is a verse and a chorus. I always just kind of conceived of it as a big run-on thing. But anyway, there you go. There's your opportunity to play all the way through a long form like that, and I hope you enjoyed it. Okay, let's do Turkey in the Straw, which is a standard 16-bar fiddle tune, very straight, and then I'll check in with everybody, see how you're doing. So make sure you chime in on the chat, let us know where you are, what you're doing, how you're doing, what you're playing. You can be as specific as you want, or as general. Hey, Tyler in Denver, playing guitar. Or you could say, Tyler Grant in Denver, loving life, playing a 2000 year 2000 Collings D2H with a blue chip pick and D'Addario EJ17s. Whatever you'd like to contribute to the group, send it in and I'll check in on you here in a moment. But here's Turkey in the Straw. Just upping the tempo just a teensy bit, keeping it nice and slow for this busy fiddle tune, which goes in the key of G. Let's see. Da da da, yeah. And a 1 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 and a 5 and a 1 and a 1 and a 1 and a 1 1 and 1 and a 5 and a 1 da 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 5 and 5 da 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 5 and 1 1 and 1 I think that last little 5 chord is optional, or house rules will call that one, and I'm going to call it. So B part again. 1 and 1, 1 and 1, 2, 2, sorry, 4, 4, 4, 4, 1 and 1 and 1 and 5, 1 and 1 and 5 and 1. Okay, so there you go, Turkey in the Straw. We're going to play it twice through. Me, you, then you tag it, okay? Here we go. Turkey in the Straw, key of G. I'm kicking it off. always gonna, well, not always, but most of the time I'm gonna answer. I'm gonna play the second half of the tag, so don't mind me if I step on what you're doing. There's no way for us to communicate that, but I'm just usually gonna answer the tag as if you and I were sitting here playing together, and I could have heard what you played, and then I would have played something off of it. Okay, turkey in the straw, turkey in the hay. Fun, fun. How we doing out there? Facebook land. We got lots of folks here. Hello, Terry Weller Godwin. Nice to see you. Hi, Colin Burns, staying up late in the UK. Terry is also up late in Carolina, but not quite as late as Colin. Hello, David Holcamp. Nice to see you back. David has been attending his daughter's roller derby meetings on Mondays. I think that's pretty darn cool. In New Mexico, playing the mandolin, of course. Pat Hunley, cool. Thanks for being here, Pat. And Sean Soren. Hi, Sean, in Salida. And hello, Deb. Playing a bourgeois with a blue chip pick in Palm Desert. All right, Deb. I'm going to be out in that Southern California zone here in a couple weeks myself. Sean Donlan. Picking the mando in the Poconos. Very cool. Hello, Sean. And Josh in Erie, Colorado, playing the guitar. All right, thanks everyone for being here on Facebook. Over here in YouTube land, Brian J. in Minnesota. Hello. Brian, Sandy in Bakersfield. All right. Timothy Waters in Golden. Sandy plays the dobro and the banjo. And Tim Waters in Golden, Colorado. And Dave Schmidt. Hello, Dave in the Jersey Pines. Hello, Ava, playing guitar up in Arcata. And Mike G learned the A7 chord. Very good. Very good. There's always a takeaway here. Carl Malley is stranded in Iowa. I bet it's cold where you are. Playing on the Martin guitar. Hello, Kim Harris. Hello, Chuck in East Tennessee. Picking on a Gallagher. Hey, very cool. From Wartress. I had a couple Gallaghers in my time. I don't have any more. I don't have either one of them anymore, but I'm a big fan. Peter Zeilman. Peter picking in Greensboro, North Carolina. Very cool. Ross jamming on the banjo for the first time. Ross Kaya. Thanks, Ross, for being here. Scott in Flagler Beach, SoCal. Picking on the mando with new strings. Cool. Mandolin, of course, especially with new strings. A mandolin is Italian for out of tune. Takes a while to settle those in, doesn't it? Hello, Dickie Derry in Crystal Lake, Illinois. Rhett in Raleigh. Very cool. Thanks for being here for the first time. Got a handful of first timers. That's great. Heather T in Alaska. Very cool, playing the mandolin. All right, thanks everybody. Talk amongst yourselves. We're going to move on. We got Blue Ridge Cabin Home in the key of A. Good old cabin song. Cabin songs are their own genre, right? I mean, a cabin song is its own category of song, I should say. And this is one of the more popular of those. You hear a lot of entry-level players playing this one because it's very accessible. It's just a 1-4-5 all the way through. Fairly simple lyric. And many folks who get turned on to bluegrass by the Bluegrass Album Band or who pick up that album somewhere along the way notice that's the first track and think, wow, as I did when I first heard it, what a great song, what a great vocal, what an amazing band. I'm going to learn this song, right? So lots of people know Blue Ridge Cabin Home, probably from that recording more than even the Flatt and Scruggs version. So I'm in the vocal-friendly key of A. This one you'll typically hear in B flat or B, but we're just going to hang out in A here. You know, some low voices. I've done some gigs with Chris Pandolfi, who likes to do this one in G. You'll hear that sometimes as well. But I'm keying it up to the key of A, and let's find a tempo here. Keep it nice in the slow tempo kind of zone here. Good bit slower than this tune would go on a performance. In the key of A, it goes 1 and a 1 and a 4 and a 4, 5 and 5 and a 1, 1 and a 1, 4 and a 4, 5 and 5 and 1. I mean, that's basically the whole thing. Okay? And if you're a banjo player, you know what to do, hopefully. If you don't, here's the thing. There's a certain kickoff on this. He doesn't do pickup notes like ba-do-do-do-do. He does. He like pinches it on the banjo, so it's like. So the way I would kick this off, if I was trying to emulate the Earl Scruggs kick, which of course J.D. Crowe does on the Bluegrass album, I would go 1, 2, 1, 2. And that pinch on the guitar just doesn't have the effect that it does on the banjo. Like, you know, I could go. Maybe that's what I'll do next time I am in the position of kicking off this song. But if there's a banjo player around, I'm always going to insist that they kick it. Okay, whatever instrument you got, and whatever style you want, if you're doing pickup notes or a pinch or a strum or whatever, go ahead and kick us off here on Blue Ridge Cabin Home, and I hope you're singing along also. Key of A, here you go. 1, 2, 1, 2. There's a well-beaten path on this old mountainside where I wandered when I was a lad. There I wandered alone to the place I call home in those Blue Ridge hills far away. Oh, I love those hills of old Virginia. From those Blue Ridge hills I did roam. When I die, won't you bury me on the mountain, far away near my Blue Ridge mountain home? I got Now my thoughts wander back to the ramshackle shack in those Blue Ridge hills far away. Now my mother and dad are laid there to rest. They're sleeping in peace together there. Oh, I love those hills of old Virginia. From those Blue Ridge hills I did roam. with a sigh. I've been longing for days gone by. When I die, won't you bury me on this old mountainside? Make my resting place upon the hill so high. Oh, I love those hills of old Virginia. From those Blue Ridge hills I did roam. When I die, won't you bury me on the mountain, far away near my Blue Ridge mountain home? Cool. Didn't mean to throw you off on that last chorus. I was trying to do my little banjo lick. Those little banjo signatures are so ingrained in my concept of the song that I try to sneak one in every now and then. So some other banjo player out there might have been playing the same lick at the same time. Okay. In the Pines. It's been quite a while since we've done In the Pines, and I just love this song. It's a spooky, I don't know. It's just kind of a cool old spooky number. And a great opportunity for duet singing. And we'll be in the key of E here. And I'm going to kind of do like the old Monroe and Jimmy Martin version from the, I don't know what year, it might have been around 1950 or 51. I'm not the expert on all of those little details. If Ira Gitlin was out there, or Murphy Henry, they could tell me the exact year, I'm sure. But anyway, this is the one that goes. We start off on the ooze, the falsetto ooze. So it starts off like ooh, ooh, there it is. Ooh, 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 ooh. And if you're singing tenor, you're you can do it if you're really gentle on yourself. Anyway, just take it easy on your voice if you're going for that high tenor part. But I bet you can do it. And then that's the whole song. A 1 and a 1 and a 4 and 1. 1 and a 5 and a 1. So the way the form will go is we'll start it just, instead of kicking this one off, we're actually just going to do the ooze at the top, just to do something different. So we'll kick it off like ooh, 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 ooh. Then I'll start singing the first verse all the way through, and then the chorus, in the pines, and then the ooze again. So the ooze will happen at the top. We'll sing a verse, we'll sing a chorus, we'll do the ooze. Then I'm going to pick it. Then we'll do verse, chorus, ooze, you pick it. Verse, chorus, ooze, out. Okay? This isn't like, it's more of a singing song than a jamming song. So I just want to get you straight on how to play it if you come up on this on a jam. And what to do as far as the singing. And this is a waltz, right? So I'm gonna put the click at a place appropriate for that. A little too quick. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to count you in on 4 whole measures, and we'll come in on the oohs. Here we go. Key of E in the pines. A 1, 2, 3, go. The longest train I ever saw went down that Georgia line. The engine passed at 6 o'clock, and the cab passed by at 9. Here's the chorus. In the pines where the sun never shines, and you shiver when the cold wind blows. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I got it. Double breaks. Little girl, what have I done that makes you treat me so? You have caused me to weep, you have caused me to mourn, you have caused me to leave my home. In the pines where the sun never shines, and you shiver when the cold wind blows. Ooh, 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 ooh. Play. Here's my favorite verse. I asked my captain for the time of day. He said he throwed his watch away. It's a long steel rail and a short cross tie. I'm on my way back home. Last chorus. In the pines where the sun never shines, and you shiver when the cold wind blows. Ooh, 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 ooh. Very cool. I don't know, something about that song. It's simple. It's been done so many times. It's one of the big standards even outside of the bluegrass world. And lots of versions of it. Lead Belly, of course, kind of brought it in. I think might have done the first recorded version. Anyhow, I just love it. Okay. And of course, anyone from the 90s, you know, knew the Nirvana Unplugged. They did a pretty cool version of it too. Okay, speaking of songs everybody knows, hey, Man of Constant Sorrow. Now, not to detract from how cool a song this is, that's the thing. This is one of those songs that if they know you play bluegrass and they're not like bluegrass people, they'll say, hey, can you do the one from the movie, right? Can you do Man of Constant Sorrow? And everybody knows it from the movie. But anyhow, it's a really cool song. And let me double check a couple things here, and then we'll get to it. I'm going to do it in the key of F. And we're going to do, like, you know, the Stanley Brothers version. We're not doing the rock and roll Tominsky version. We are doing the Stanley Brothers version, which is the same. It's just not as rockin'. It's just like in F, 1 and a 1 and a 4 and a 5 and a 1, 1 and a 1 and a 4 and a 5 back to 1, and then we'll do the thing, and a 5 and a 1, right? So my kickoff would go something like, and I really want you to know the melody of this song because it's really straight and quite standard. Slow this down a wee bit. Okay, so my kickoff might go something like 1, 2, 3. Don't do the extra little turnaround on, or the tag. You don't do the tag on the picking parts. We just tag each verse, right? And sing the line that we last sang, so the other Soggy Bottom boys can get up, and or anyone else around you can jump up and sing those harmony parts as they got used to off the fame of the film. Okay, so here we go. Man of Constant Sorrow in the key of F. You're going to kick us off. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Sorrow, I've seen trouble all my day. I bid farewell to old Kentucky, the state where I was born and raised. Here you go. The state where he was born and raised. No pleasure here on earth I find, for in this world I'm bound to ramble. I have no friends to help me now. He has no friends to help him now. I'm gonna play it. God's golden shore. He'll meet you on God's golden shore. Very cool. So of course you'd probably, retard that at the end. You'd probably do the He'll meet you on God's golden shore. That's how you'd probably do it if you were in the band and you didn't have a click track going. Fun. Okay. So clearly I don't have the words of that memorized. I play the song so rarely. I can usually get a few verses in there, but I wanted to look them up to make sure I got it right. Okay, last song on the slow jam here is Foggy Mountain Top. It's in the key of F, but I like to play this one out of C position, so I'm moving the capo. Same key. And this is one that goes by like really fast if you're a fan of Bill Monroe Brothers, or the Monroe and Watson recording of this song, right? Anyway, it's one that I typically play quite fast. So it usually shows up in the fast tempo jam, but here we go in the slow jam to give everybody a chance to get into this song. And it is a duet throughout, for those of you who know the words, and it does come from the Carter family. That's our source for this one, even though many of us learned it from Bill Monroe or Doc Watson, or Bill Monroe and Doc Watson. So let's see, tempo-wise, I'm just going to scooch it up a little bit. We're not going to get too crazy here. But remember, the mid-tempo jam is going to start in about 13 minutes. So pretty soon after we stop here, we'll probably just have a couple minutes of a turnaround. And at quarter till the hour, we'll start the mid-tempo jam, which picks up where this left off. So be sure to come on back. And here's how Foggy Mountain Top goes in F. 1 and 1 and 4 and a 1. 1 and 1 and a 5. 1 and 1 and 4 and a 1 and a 5 and a 1. If you get that little hitch, that's a bonus point. I'm going to try to do that at the end of each break, because that's that old time brother duet style. Fun thing to do if you coordinate that with your ensemble. Okay, so there you go. Kick us off on Foggy Mountain Top in the key of F. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Here's the first chorus. If I was on some foggy mountain top, I'd sail away to the west. I'd sail all around this whole wide world to the girl I love the best. If there you see that gal of mine, there's something you must tell her. She need not to to the girl I love the best. I got it. If I had listened to what Mama said, I would not have been here today, lying around this old jailhouse, just weeping my sweet life away. If I was on some foggy mountain top, I'd sail away to the west. I'd sail all around this whole wide world to the girl I love the best. Play. If there you go a-courting, I'll tell you how to do. Pull off that long-tailed roustabout, put on your navy blue. If I was on some foggy mountain top, I'd sail away to the west. I'd sail all around this whole wide world to the girl I love the best. Me than you. If I was on some foggy mountain top, I'd sail away to the west. I'd sail all around this whole wide world to the girl I love the best. Okay. Something really satisfying about playing that song so slow, and also a little bit tricky because I'm used to playing that like a good bit faster. So I wanted to have another break to try to clean up that first one and get it really straight. Because for some of us, the challenge is playing the music slower than we're used to playing it, right? There's the challenge on either end, and that's why we're here to kind of even that out across the board. Okay, thanks everybody. Thanks for being here on the slow jam. We've got the mid-tempo jam coming right up in about 5 minutes. So at that time, just refresh your screen or just come on back to either the YouTube or the Facebook page and you'll see it. Okay, see you in a few minutes. Thanks everybody.